Go.
How do you think solar panels will benefit North Country or North Country Career Center?
So how do we think the solar panels are going to benefit
The high school and the
and
Career Center.
I think that if set up properly and in the right location, my understanding is that they would benefit us by reducing some of the electrical costs that we generate on a yearly basis. And if we can do that, that'll help reduce our budget. And if we can reduce our budget, say, in certain areas of saving on electricity, maybe we can utilize that money to support more student activities, textbooks, transportation, and things of that nature.
Do you think educators or teachers could use solar panels to help as an education opportunity? Do you think the solar panels could be used as an educational opportunity?
Yes,
And how?
I do. I think if we could educate not only students but also staff in ways to reduce the demand on other sources of energy, like say oil or natural gases, I think that would benefit not only our local community but the communities at large.
Okay, and if our $10,000 proposal
Yeah.
to implement 24 solar panels
Yeah.
at the school, obviously not on
Yep.
the building for
Yep.
structural reasons,
Yeah.
about how much money do you think North Country could save per year? Just give us a rough estimate.
Well, that's a tough question because I'm not sure how much energy would be generated through the panels. But we spend probably I wanna-
$209,000 a
200
year.
a little
about.
over $200,000 a year in
Yeah.
in heating the building and electricity.
Yes.
So I gotta wonder if it would reduce that by 10-20%. Again, that's off the
Yeah.
top of my head.
Yeah.
I don't have the facts on that, just my best
Guesstimate.
estimate. So 10-20% of $200,000, well,
That's like,
$20,000 a year,
yeah, something like that.
plus or minus, which could be, could be huge over the long term. So my question, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do you want it recorded or no?
Sure. With solar panels, what's the maintenance costs on the solar panels?
The
I've heard that.
maintenance cost of solar panels,
Yeah.
they're really, the maintenance cost is just kind of I mean, like with anything, it's
Yeah.
like what breaks. Like, if the screen on your laptop breaks, they can just replace that, and
Okay.
it's like $30. But
Yeah.
if the projector for the laptop breaks, that's like $700, usually worth more than the laptop.
Okay.
So it really depends on what it breaks,
We have
and
money
in
on
some
this side.
cases, some things could break
Yep.
that are just, it costs more to fix it than it's worth.
Sure. So initial investment for these for solar panels would be approximately how much money?
For the solar panels itself, like maintenance fee and all that,
Yeah.
is around $8,000 for
Okay.
24 of them.
Okay.
24. Okay.
And we put money off to the side for maintenance
Yep.
and installation fees was around 500 because one solar panel itself, if one breaks, we just replace it automatically. And then just for installation fees, it's going to be expensive because we're putting it on the Career Center building.
Yep.
What we learned from talking to Samuel.
Sam Nijensen.
Yep.
Nijensen. He talked to us about it. So it's gonna work out.
So where would be and again the numbers that you shared $200,000 a year
Mhm.
and I threw out 10%. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's 10%. Is it 2% savings a year or such?
Mhm.
Have you had a chance to look at? So if you have an initial $10,000 investment in year one, how many years will it take to recoup that 10,000 to
we
break
did
even?
it
and-
for a panel thing,
Yeah.
and this is about the same for each panel.
Yep.
It's about an 8-year before it pays itself back.
Okay.
So until you're gonna be saving the amount that you spend would
Yep.
be
Yeah.
8 years.
It'll
but
take about that long.
that's normally with solar panels.
Okay.
That's-
But if we get one solar panel, it's gonna be because the Career Center is doing a sugar house.
Yeah.
They're building that, so the solar panel will actually be generating the
Oh,
sugar
nice,
house. So
nice.
instead
Yes.
of interlocking into the grid or anything,
Yep.
it just go right on the building and be able to generate everything in there.
And
Oh,
when
that's
we
great.
spoke with Sam Nijensen, he agreed that unless we did the 24 panels,
Yeah.
it would be best to just not go in the grid because the cost of putting into the grid
Right.
would be more than the benefit you would be of having it in the grid.
Yeah, yeah. So when it goes into the grid, you sell that
Yeah, you
to like
sell it.
We
electric.
sell that to the
And then
Vermont
they-
Co-op, and then
Yeah,
they give us.
discount us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how because we did some work with one of the couple of people who own a dam.
Yeah, the
in
hydro
here.
for
The
electric.
Missouri Electric.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
'cause that was on the paperwork.
Mississauga Valley,
Yeah,
right?
in North
Yeah.
Troy.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, and then what they do is that gets on the grid, and then every month they credit our account,
I think it was like
10% or something
yeah,
like
10% is how much
Yep.
you guys get credited a month for.
Yeah.
And
which is
everything. I have all the
a couple
paperwork.
$1,000 a month, I think.
Yeah, it took off.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that should be nice.
Yeah.
But Insane also agreed that he would be setting up the one solar panel
Yep.
because it won't be so costly with all the wires and everything.
Sure,
He knows how
sure.
to do it.
Sure.
But with the 24, we'd have to hire a professional to come in.
Which adds to your cost.
Yeah, which we
We left
expected.
a lot of
Your money off to the side
money
for
off
them.
to the side, depending
Sure.
on who would have to come in, because a lot of people don't really touch schools. Electricians don't really
Yep.
touch
Yep.
schools
Yep.
because of a lot of the accreditation you need.
Sure, sure. Yeah, a lot of, yeah.
So we don't know how expensive they would be or how cheap they would
Sure.
be.
Okay. Yeah, nice, interesting.